All right, folks, welcome back to the Global Intel channel. Originally it was called the Crisis Intel channel, but I thought, we'll call it Global Intel channel. I want to talk today about what's going on in Syria. Things are definitely getting escalatory. So there's the town of Homs and there's the town of Hama, H-A-M-A, compared to H-O-M-S. They're all on this M5 road that basically goes from the northwestern portion of the country down. Now, this is a critical area because it's attached to places like Lebanon, places like Jordan, places like Israel, and it is attached to the sea with this area called Latakia and this area called Tartus. Tartus is a port incredibly important to the Russians. So this whole area is really a linchpin and a, how do I put it? Basically a ignition to a larger global conflict that could be coming very soon. And this is the area. This is why a lot of people think that, when you really go back to where this whole point of WW3 started, it really did start in Syria over a decade ago. Now, the Russians, of course, have vested interests in Ukraine, but they really do have a vested interest in Tartus because it is their warm water port and a staging area for not just the Middle East, but also for all over the globe. Okay, this is where numerous ships are, and they have to hold on to this. So what's been going on in Syria is very important because these HTS fighters have been going down this road from the northwest. A lot of people accuse the Turkish of training these fighters, but they're going down this road and they're taking town after town. Well, they get to this area called Hama, which is one of the larger metropolitan areas, as metropolitan as you can get for Syria. And it's about 47 kilometers or 30 miles north of Homs. Well, they just basically took it. They surrounded the entire area. They did a pincer move, as it's known, and the SAA, or the Syrian Arab Army, basically rolled out and said, okay, we're done here. There's really not much we can do. And they pulled out. And the next down the road is Homs. Well, if they take Homs, then they're going to basically have the ability to cut off the Latakia and Tartus area. And if that happens, then basically the Russians are going to be SOL and they're going to have to move out. Well, as many analysts know, the Russians are not going to give up Tartus without a major fight. So we are on the precipice of major military action happening in this portion of the world, and it really does have sweeping and larger effects that go out to the rest of the world because this is the staging area for Russia, and they, of course, back up Iran, Lebanon, the resistance forces there, their air base, the Hamaim or whatever it is. All of this stuff is incredibly logistically important. As we always say, logistics over strategy, because experts talk logistics, rookies talk strategy. If they do this pincer move and they basically close off Latakia to Tartus, you're going to see the Russians react in ways, and you are going to see a exponential growth to this problem in this area, as it is official now that the Syrians have asked the Iranians to come in. And so the problem with this area is that this little microcosm with all the different groups fighting from Turkey to America to Iran to Russia to Syria, of course, it is really going to expand out into a larger conflict, and it's going to start here, and this is the ignition point. So keep an eye on it. All right, friends, thanks for joining the Global Intel channel. Please tell people about it. I'll be pushing this out on the larger channels, but hit that like button, do the subscribe thing if you're new here, and we'll see you. God bless.